Yesterday, I had to get somebody the hell off my comment board. I didn't block them, I just got rid of them. Tried to be reasonable, but the dude just kept being belligerent, so he had to go. And you know what? One of the reasons that people don't have this mega existence that they think they want is because you're too black. I'm talking about people who be crying about how black people don't have all these big corporations, or we only play for the teams, but we don't own the teams. That's what I mean by mega existence. You too black. You black in everything. Stuck in a state of arrested development being too black.
Did you enjoy your visit?
Oh, yes.
Nice to see old friends.
I'm sorry. It's a bit tender.
Dr. Cotton will give you something.
But remember the show Boardwalk? Yes, I'm about to use a TV show. TV, music, movies, those things could be enlightening and even prophetic. But the show Boardwalk Empire, there were scenes in that series that took place in a mental hospital. And what they used to do, and still do here and there, is some of the most horrific things you can imagine to people. Got a headache? Oh, that must be your gallbladder. Let's take that out. Or you got a stomach ache? Must be coming from your foot. Let's amputate that pesky old foot. That's what the hospital was on Boardwalk Empire. Mr. Cotton was the head doctor. But they used to do that to white people here and in other countries. And guess what? It still goes on. It's just not as blatant and as gruesome as it used to be. Medical experimentation is commonplace with some of these, with some of the most heinous acts you can imagine. But let these two black people tell it, and all you'll know is that they only do it to black people. All you'll hear from them is like the Tuskegee experiments. No. Everybody has been on the menu here. One of the reasons that I reject the designations that y'all call white supremacy and white privilege, I don't see it. Those are inaccurate descriptions of what we're living in. What we live in is called imperialism, and it don't give a fuck about anyone. And no, it's not white imperialism. It's just imperialism. Imperialism means everything and everybody is for dinner. Boardwalk Empire was the show, yeah, but who was Mr. Cotton in the show?
In this video, we will talk about a notorious American psychiatric who had an utterly bizarre way of treating his mental patients, causing hundreds of deaths, and left thousands of them mutilated. Science and technology has definitely advanced to the stage that patients are no longer exposed to permanent and painful medical procedures without their permission. But in the early 20th century, the scene was different. Dr. Henry Cotton was an American psychiatrist and the medical director of New Jersey State Hospital at Trenton, a large mental asylum, from 1907 to 1930. Cotton had a bizarre insanity theory that all mental disorders stem from disease and infection polluting the brain. His theory was primarily based on the observation that people who run high fever sometimes suffer hallucinations. So, he began to implement his theory by pulling out patients' teeth, as they were the prime suspect of infections. When he noticed that not all patients recovered from madness after this procedure, and instead, it started causing problems in eating and speaking, he then looks after other sources of infections, and started removing other organs from the body, such as tonsils, stomachs, gallbladders, spleens, intestines, testicles, ovaries, and colons. He advocated the removal of colectomies on children to prevent madness, and to stop them from engaging in bad habits such as masturbation. He even removed his own wife's and his both children's teeth in order to prevent them from insanity. Cotton died of heart attack in the year 1933.
Mr. Cotton in the TV show was modeled after a real doctor named Mr. Cotton. Now, the dude I deleted, he came to my video where I was talking about the bug that they let out on us. And he was saying that they're doing it just to exterminate black people.
S-A-F-E-T-Y. Safety dance. We can fly where you want to, we can leave your house behind. But if your friends don't mask, and why don't they mask? Well, they won't fly this airline.
You can fly if you want to, cause we do safety right. We have air that's clean and disinfectant machines zapping germs like an arcade space fight.
That was a spin on the 80s song called Safety Dance, and it was sung by a group called Men Without Hats. So who was Alaska Airlines targeting? Here's why I asked.
You finna online date chat, find a mate chat, open up the okay ass, okay yeah, profile picture looking tight chat, nice chat, got your bio reading right chat, precise chat, but before you find a date chat, you gotta wait chat, gotta go vaccinate chat, get it straight chat, girl you look good, want you vax that thing up, you's a handsome young brother, want you vax that thing up.
When that came out, people swore to God that they were just targeting black people. But who were they targeting with that Safety Dance song? You say they're targeting us. Yeah, well, no shit. Meanwhile, they're offering other people and whoever else free coffee or to supersize your fries and soda for free if they take the cure. Offering everybody $100 if they take the cure. This ain't just about us.
Do you really believe that human beings are demons?
No, I do not. And don't you ever say I did. We wrestle not with flesh and blood, but principalities and powers.
Can you explain what you meant by that?
What y'all think this was about? The Capitol building and all that. This wasn't just about an election that didn't go their way. You will not replace us! 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 Blood and soil! Blood and soil! Blood and soil! Blood and soil. You will not replace them, they said. They can see. They know what their government been up to. They can see their rights being slowly chipped away at. If you think a devil has preferences and favorites, then you have little to no idea of what the nature of a devil really is. And you would need to know why the Silver Surfer is what he is to understand what I mean by imperialism. You Marvel comic book heads, you already know why the Silver Surfer is what he is.